Right now, a frost advisory is in effect with widespread 30s across the region. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now this morning, day 23 of the government shutdown, and federal workers still don't know when they'll get paid. We'll have the latest from Washington. Thousands of Mayo Clinic patients just lost their Medicare Advantage coverage. What you need to know if you're affected. And later in the newscast, a new immersive Halloween exhibit is open at the Rivoli Arts District. We'll show you what's inside. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, October 23rd, about 6 a.m. Hopefully your morning is off to a good start. We'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. We're dealing with a little bit of frost, a little bit of freezing, a little bit of winter is on the way, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit right now. Frost is going to be part of our forecast today. My friend holding on to that all the way through the 9 o'clock hour. Then tonight we get into a freeze warning in play. That's going to come in for overnight tonight from 2 a.m. or I should say 2 a.m. all the way to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll see widespread 20s in the forecast there. Man, that's going to be something else. Holding on to this forecast, we have colder air coming in from Canada right now, holding on to widespread 30s, as you can see here. La Crosse at 31, 31 for Eau Claire, 34 for Ladysmith, 31 for Black River Falls, and 29 for Sparta, 32 for Prairie du Chien. These temperatures continue to rise gradually as we go from the 34 in the 7 a.m. hour to 48 by the 1 o'clock hour. Plenty of sunshine for everybody for La Crosse, holding on to sunny to partly cloudy skies once we get out of that cold into the afternoon. About 46 degrees for 1 o'clock for areas by Eau Claire. And also, take a look here. We got temperatures for the highs, 40s and the 50s in your forecast. More about that coming up in a moment.
Thank you, Art. Now to the showdown. It is now day 23. Frustrations keep growing. Federal workers say they feel like political pawns as they face another week without pay. The Senate is set to vote on a measure to pay some federal workers after lawmakers failed for a 12th time to reopen the government. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
In a food line for furloughed federal workers, Theodore Pugh has a distressing prediction.
This is probably going to last well into Thanksgiving.
He and hundreds of thousands of others are about to miss their first full paychecks because of the government shutdown.
You know, we're not just some political pawns. These are people's livelihoods that are affected.
Today, the U.S. Senate is expected to consider a bill that would allow some federal employees, like active duty military, to get paid while the shutdown drags on. Senate Democrats are pushing for a measure that would allow all federal workers to get paid.
The motion is not agreed to.
It follows a 12th failed Senate vote Wednesday on the House GOP's funding bill to reopen the government through mid-November.
The Democrats keep voting to keep it shut down. They need to end this game.
Republicans need to come to the table and negotiate a bipartisan spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people.
Outside of Washington, frustrations are growing. The Small Business Administration has frozen any new loans.
If that's shut down and they're not doing loans, then that could really hamper the economy pretty bad.
Lines at food banks around the country also growing.
We're just trying to keep our heads above water right now. It's hard. It's really hard.
As states warn that vital federal food assistance like SNAP could be cut off in just days. Jared Hill, CBS News.
At day 23, the shutdown is now the second longest in U.S. history. The first was during President Trump's first term. That one lasted more than a month. A Holman restaurant had an unexpected visitor yesterday. A deer crashed right through the front window. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live in Holman with the story and the video for us. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. If you look over here, this is the window that deer came barreling through here at the restaurant. And just take a look at this video. It is shocking. Employees. Security footage shows the deer running across the street, narrowly avoiding a car before sliding through the glass panel. The deer stumbled just a bit to its feet, then jumped over the bar where owner Brittany Pytrick was standing.
I was standing at the register on a FaceTime with a vendor, and there was a loud crash.
I came out of the kitchen not knowing what happened, and we kind of both screamed.
The deer got its bearings, went back over the bar, and let itself out the side door. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt. The restaurant cleaned up, covered the window, and was able to reopen later that afternoon. And the owner says the deer isn't its typical clientele, but maybe it heard they had really good food and really good drinks. Live in Holman, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
All right, we're glad that things are looking a little better over there this morning. Thank you, Seth. A developing story to get to now out of Eau Claire. A 35-year-old Altoona man is facing child pornography pornography charges. Police say Brandon Kephart was busted after an FBI undercover operation. More than 100 images depicting child sexual abuse were found on his phone and computer, according to police. He's still in the Eau Claire County Jail. He'll appear in court next month. Meanwhile, Mayo Clinic breaking ground on a major expansion in Sparta. Mayo Clinic health system leaders and local officials celebrating that milestone, which will expand access to high-quality care in the region, they say. Renovations include updated sections of the hospital, including operating and patient rooms.
Updating our facility so that it better meets our patients' needs, so that things like the bathrooms are more accessible for our patients, so that we have better mobility for them to better enhance their care and to better enhance their patient experience while they're here.
Officials expect construction will wrap up in 2027. And Mayo Health System St. Anne building is being demolished. It was decommissioned in September. All patients were moved to the new $215 million hospital. St. Anne's was built in 1927. Plans for what will go in its place are still unclear. And if you use Medicare Advantage to see a Mayo Clinic doctor, your coverage is changing. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit tells you what you need to know.
I've never seen it as busy. I've been in the Medicare space for 43 years, and this is the most chaotic year.
Open enrollment for Medicare started last week, and seniors are turning to experts to deal with the flood of changes.
Between plans canceling people in different counties, and now plans or providers not taking certain plans.
Major shakeups were announced with courts earlier, and now Mayo has canceled its Medicare Advantage plan contracts with both United Healthcare and Humana.
A lot of the providers are making, I think, less profit from Medicare Advantage plans.
Mayo sent the following statement about the change. Quote, while Mayo does participate in some contracted Medicare Advantage plans, it is out of network for most Medicare Advantage plans. Mayo Clinic is committed to meeting the needs of patients who need our care. Humana providing their own statement saying, quote, when providers require significantly higher reimbursement rates compared to original Medicare, it further strains our healthcare system. Now Mayo patients have to choose a new plan, which means either paying more for the same providers or working with a new hospital.
I've been at Mayo now for 11 years, and I love it. The culture is really good, but it's hard.
Charlene is opting for a supplement plan to stick with her Mayo doctors, but that means paying an extra $200 a month.
I'm in a position that I can, but there are people that I know that, may not be able to have these choices.
If you are losing your Medicare Advantage plan, experts say it can help to work with an advisor.
Find one that is willing to take the time to work with them and go through all the stuff.
Many local consultations on Medicare are free, but you'll want to schedule an appointment soon.
Calendars are booking up because it's such a influx of a number of people that need help. Do it sooner than later.
That was Allison Fergit reporting. The Medicare open enrollment period runs till Sunday, December 7th. More than 1,000 people are petitioning to save a disc golf course in Viroqua. Veterans Hills Disc Golf Course is facing closure as the VFW considers selling the property. Leaders say declining membership and rising repair costs are forcing that decision. Vernon Trails launched the petition asking the city to buy the land and preserve the free public course.
We understand that the VFW has a need, and we just want to help them meet that need and save this legacy for them, for our community, and for all the visitors that come here.
The Viroqua City Council meets next week to discuss purchasing the 40-acre property. UW La Crosse hosting an annual free open house today for art. That'll run from 5 to 7 in the Lowe Center for the Arts. There'll be tours, technical demonstrations, activities, and you can even buy some student artwork. You can find more information on the UWL Visual and Performing Arts webpage. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news, holiday decorations getting more expensive this year. We'll tell you why and how you can save some cash. Meta is laying off 600 AI workers, but spending billions on new AI hires. And Samuel Adams releasing a beer so strong it's illegal in 15 states. And millions of Americans could lose food stamps next month if the government shutdown continues. We'll tell you where you can get some help. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Cashton's Junior Fall Fest Princess raising more than $15,000 for an all-abilities splash pad in the city. Maddie Brigham, an 11-year-old from Westby, hosted a fundraiser over the weekend with pancakes, bingo, and live music. The community showed out, helping Maddie crush her goal And the Cashton Splash Pad will now break ground in June and open by late July. Looks like a fun time. Great job to you, Maddie. And as you begin to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with a view from Evermore Resort in Bay Lake, Florida. Ooh, that looks great. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
At Maury's Auto Group, we're not just part of the community, we're your neighbors and auto advocates. And most of all, we're part of your team. We have your back when life happens, or when you just need someone to pick you up. And at Maury's, our commission-free sales team always gives you our best price first. Visit Maury'sAuto.com and score with over 5,000 vehicles from 21 brands. Maury's Auto Group, with 11 convenient locations in Wisconsin. Moving life forward.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. King Furniture has more La-Z-Boy recliners than anywhere else in the Coulee region. Fabric, leather, and even lift chairs. Try them all out. Sit on this, sit on that. There's plenty here to choose from. And as always, we'll deliver and haul away for free. Find what you're looking for today at King Furniture.
We really care about our employees and their families, and then also the community as a whole.
We have a lot of really, really good employees. It's like a family around here.
The customer is always number one. That's always our goal, to get them running.
Having Carrier as their main product with the support that they give us, the commitment to their product, to our people, is outstanding.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
And air conditioning, your comfort is our business.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
Macy's biggest fall sale is the best time to save on fall styles, like boots and shoes for any vibe, effortless cotton and merino sweaters, plus diamonds at our lowest prices of the season. Only at Macy's biggest fall sale, ends Sunday.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
All right, good morning to you. A frosty start this early morning. You may have to scrape the windshield this early morning, as one of our directors had to do this early morning. In fact, you'll get into it here with a frost advisory that's in play for this morning until 9 a.m. And you're seeing all that blue out there. And then it'll be replaced later on tonight going into tomorrow with a freeze warning in play for tomorrow. And there'll be widespread 20s in your forecast then. For now, taking a look outside by La Crosse here, you're holding on to a very quiet morning there. Not so much on the breezy side as it is up in Eau Claire. Look at that. The wind's breezing there. You can see the big flag kind of moving out there as well. So that means it's much colder on your skin. In fact, Eau Claire is at 31 degrees right now. It's going to feel much colder on your skin there. La Crosse at 31 degrees, 32 in Viroqua, 29 in Sparta. Yikes, right? Holding on to the forecast for the kids going to school today. 34 degrees you can see under mostly sunny or mostly clear skies, holding on to the frost advisory. Then once we get in the afternoon, 52 degrees for you. Of course, the sunshine will prevail for the day, getting us to partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies in the forecast. Eau Claire, on the other hand, will hold on to this. this, or I should say La Crosse looking at this as we finish out, going into the possibility of in and out of the clouds. We'll hold on to partly to mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the 30s and the 40s, maybe some 50s in there. Eau Claire will go through the 30s and the 40s and pretty much stay near 50 degrees, but it looks like they'll hold on to 49 degrees for their high today, possibly. Then we get into Thursday's highs, holding on to everybody. You're seeing widespread 30s up to the north, 40s and 50s as you get down to the central portion, the southern portion there. As we get into tonight, you'll see the temperatures cool down gradually, 30s, 40s, then back down to the 30s again. Holding on to Eau Claire, similar conditions, clearing skies all the way into the 20s for your forecast. That's going to put you in a freeze warning for everybody. You can see here that continues all the way down. In fact, Eau Claire is not in the freeze warning, believe it or not, as we get into the forecast. More about that coming up for you in just a moment.
In our morning consumer news, holiday decorations will cost you 10% more this year. The reason is tariffs. About 90% of artificial Christmas trees are made in China, and lights and wreaths will also cost you more. Experts say your best bet is to shop on Black Friday. And Meta is cutting about 600 AI jobs. The layoffs come 4 months after Meta hired a new chief AI officer and several high-profile employees. It was part of a more than $14 billion investment in AI. These 600 fired employees work for older AI units within Meta, not the new division. Samuel Adams releasing one of the strongest beers ever brewed. Utopia has 30% alcohol, making it illegal to sell in 15 states. It is legal here in Wisconsin, though, and Minnesota. Previous versions range from 24 to 28% alcohol. The price is $240. Millions of Americans may lose food stamps in November if the government shutdown continues. There aren't enough federal dollars left to pay out full SNAP or WIC benefits. Jen Sullivan has some resources for families.
Millions of Americans are at risk of losing critical benefits that help them cover grocery expenses and formula for babies.
They don't get paid livable wages, and so their budget is the difference between them being able to pay their rent, being able to pay childcare, car insurance.
Gina Platanino is the acting director for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP at the Food Research and Action Center, an advocacy group. Roughly 42 million people rely on SNAP benefits to help pay for food. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says SNAP has about $6 billion in a contingency fund, but November SNAP benefits are expected to total $8 billion. The other federally funded program impacted is WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, which provides financial assistance to more than 6 million pregnant women, new moms, and children up to the age of 5.
The rising food costs are squeezing families. Formula is so expensive, and without having access to WIC benefits, folks are going to have to decide what to do in terms of feeding their baby and feeding their family.
Dr. Colleen Delaney with the nonprofit Vitamin Angel says they work with several WIC facilities. She says families who need help during this uncertain time can turn to local health departments, their pediatrician who may have formula samples they can give out, and food banks. But long lines are already forming at some food banks like this one in Iowa.
The charitable food system cannot fill this gap, no matter how hard we try.
With November around the corner, there's little sign this shutdown will end anytime soon.
Let's look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
All right, and away we go. Getting right back into the forecast, how it looks here for 6 a.m. this morning. You see how chilly it is out there currently right now. Widespread 30s in your forecast. 32 in Ladysmith, 31 in Eau Claire. We're also seeing by La Crosse, holding on to 33 with Sparta at 31 degrees, and 32 for Black River Falls, 32 for Prairie du Chien. This will continue on with cloud cover sneaking in, coming in from the north, and that continues to push into the forecast gradually. You're looking at, wow, look at that. That's a little bit of mixing of freezing rain and snow right there. I should say freezing rain. That's well out of the region, though, but that's still in Wisconsin. Holding on to the possibility of 30s and 40s. We're kind of learning this all together right now, my friends. Holding on by the 11 o'clock hour, 39 degrees, upper 30s and the low 40s in the forecast. Then we'll go right back into some clouds increasing, taking us to partly cloudy skies, giving us at the 4 o'clock hour. So just we finish out, we're seeing partly cloudy to finish the day. Then we gradually clear out those skies with 40 still lingering by the 8 o'clock hour. By the midnight hour, we're in the 30s, pretty much widespread. Then that means we've got colder air coming in the forecast. Look at that. There's still that colder moisture still working on. That's a little bit of a frost, a freeze coming in the forecast there, holding on to that. In fact, freezing rain, holding on to the possibility of 20s getting into forecast by the 6 o'clock hour for some locations. You'll also see that Eau Claire will be at 28 degrees, believe it or not, but they are still not listed in this. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. It's kind of a head scratcher there. You'll also hold on to Black River Falls not being in that, and you're going to know, you already know there are some of our coldest locations. In fact, Black River Falls tomorrow will be at 23 degrees for tomorrow. We'll see Eau Claire at 26 degrees in the morning, 30 for La Crosse. We get back down to Prairie du Chien, also 30 degrees with Verona of Viroqua with 29 and 25 for Sparta. All right, that being said, we have a freeze warning for tomorrow. That means it's going to put into drier conditions, of course, colder conditions as well. 30s, getting into the 40s and the 50s possibly. You'll also see Eau Claire getting into 20s, 30s, then the 40s, possibly near 52 degrees as we finish out in the latter portion of the afternoon. Highs for Friday, you'll see conditions to be widespread in the low to middle 50s in the forecast. La Crosse will hit 56. We'll also see 54 as you get into Trempealeau. Saturday's lows also still a bit chilly, widespread in the 30s with some 40s mixed in there as well. So that'll be another frost advisory in play. Saturday's highs will get up into the 50s. You're seeing rainfall kind of sneak well north of Ladysmith there, but we'll keep an eye on that though. Holding on to, again, as we roll right into the next few days, temperatures 52 to 56 degrees for today and tomorrow. Sunshine to partly cloudy skies, giving way to increasing clouds for some. We get into Saturday and Sunday, we're holding on to partly cloudy skies to increasing clouds through the evening as well, especially for Sunday, going into rainfall for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And then eventually temperatures will still be in the 50s and, of course, seasonal. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. Breast cancer deaths are dropping, but one hard-to-detect type is on the rise. What to watch for next. And a new study shows how much walking it takes to significantly lower your risk of death. It might be less than you expect. We'll have those details after the morning sports.
Coming up in the Blitz, old friends reuniting. Chris Middleton makes his return to Milwaukee, plus Jordan Love speaks on his relationship with Aaron Rodgers. Don't go anywhere.
Get big savings at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. Weatherize your home with DAP all-purpose caulking, just $177. All-season windshield washer fluid is only $2.29 a gallon. 2 and 1/2 hour fire logs are just $4.44. A big jug of extra laundry detergent is only $7.99. Hurry, these great deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get the weekly flyer plus exclusive daily flash sales right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
The camper. It has been a reliable companion for your family's good times. But after years of use, it is showing some wear and tear. A broken window from an errant baseball, a couch that your dog allegedly chewed on, and an AC unit that doesn't work like it should. It's time to call Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. We have been improving your family's camper since 1970. Call us today and we will make your camper feel brand new. Jim's Truck and Trailer Coachworks. Repair, refinish, remarkable.
Save big at Hy-Vee, Friday through Sunday. Fresh Hy-Vee chicken breast, just $2.99 a pound. Hy-Vee butter, just $3.48. Campbell's soup, just 89 cents. Chobani Greek yogurt, just $2.99. A 5-pound bag of Hy-Vee russet potatoes, just $1.48. Plus, get great deals on Lunchables or P3. Jack's Pizza, Pepsi, and more. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
At Taco John's, we don't put boundaries on flavor. But perfectly seasoned meats and irresistible potato olays will always be our meat and potatoes. And now, try 2 new meat and potato burritos for a limited time, only at Taco John's.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drugged driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
News 8 Now Sports.
The Blitz. Well, after an interesting offseason, losing Damian Lillard and Brooke Lopez, adding Miles Turner, and all those rumors surrounding Giannis, the Bucks opening up their season last night at home. Bucks legend Chris Middleton back in Milwaukee for the first time since he was traded away. First quarter, the new guy with a major first impression. That's Miles Turner bringing down the roof on the rack attack. Then the newly paid sharpshooter AJ Green is going to connect from the corner from long range to increase Milwaukee's lead. They put up 40 points in the first quarter. Then in the fourth, here's two of Giannis's 37 points, a thunderous jam as 7 Bucks players reach double figures, and Milwaukee begins their season with a 133-120 victory over the Wizards. UWL women's soccer hosting UW Platteville last night. We jumped to the 16th minute where the Eagles junior Aubrey Kaya fires one off the keeper's hands and into the net to put her team up 1-0 early on. But in the second half, the Pioneers would level things up. Jess Morawski redirecting one with the header, gets the equalizer to tie things up at 1 apiece, and both defenses would settle in for the rest of the contest. And after 90 minutes in this one, it'll end in a 1-1 draw. Well, there are plenty of storylines for the next Packer game against the Aaron Rodgers-led Steelers this coming Sunday, and one of those will be the former Green Bay gunslinger against his one-time understudy, Jordan Love. And number 10 in green and gold says he has fond memories of learning from one of the all-time greats.
Being a first-round pick, having A-Rod there, there's a lot of question marks. So you never know how that's going to be. But I think obviously getting here, just being around A-Rod, being in the quarterback room, those guys welcome me in with open arms, and we're great. And I think that's what kind of just helps build those relationships, keep those relationships. But yeah, coming into it, you never know what to expect.
And when Rodgers was asked about the matchup, he said it's not a, quote, revenge game, and that he is excited to see some of the guys again. And don't forget to cast your vote for the latest News 8 Play of the Week winner. Those options on news8000.com right now. Those are for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
It's time to celebrate during Oktoberfest at Home Furniture. Fall into savings of up to 10% off sale prices throughout the showroom. This dining set is now $759. Plus, right now, get 3-year special financing. Hurry in. The Oktoberfest sale at Home Furniture ends Saturday.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown squash, kraut cabbage, popcorn, and hardy mums. Check out our large selection of pumpkins and pie pumpkins. We also feature many fall decorations, including corn stalks, gourds, specialty pumpkins, and straw bales. Take home some pumpkin cheesecake bars, cookies, pies, or bread from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily, year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
I would recommend Schwebel Getz and Sieben to anybody who's been in an accident.
In my situation, I need somebody that can represent me and my family that has integrity.
I did lose sleep at night pretty much the entire time until we did hire Schwebel Getz and Sieben. And once we did, I was able to sleep at night. They took the worry out of the situation.
You need an experienced attorney on your side. Schwebel Getz and Sieben. Call or visit schwebel.com.
Drive your story with a new Ram. Take your next adventure in a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram or Jeep now during the Drive into Fall sales event. Get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn and Laramie. And get 0% APR for 60 months on a 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry in because this offer ends October 31st. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Here I am, field trip chaperone.
Before preventing migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans.
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible.
Don't take if allergic. Stop taking and get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash. Tell your doctor about increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save. Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
Macy's biggest fall sale is the best time to save on fall styles, like boots and shoes for any vibe, effortless cotton and merino sweaters, plus diamonds at our lowest prices of the season, only at Macy's biggest fall sale, ends Sunday.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Freddy.
Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
Tis the season to sparkle at Home Seasonal Concepts. Now enjoy 50% off the festive selection of trees, wreaths, garland, and all your enchanting holiday decor needs. Embrace the magic of the season. Shop holiday at Home Seasonal Concepts inside all home furniture showrooms.
A frost advisory is in play for this morning. More about that in just a moment.
All right, now this morning, day 23 of the government shutdown. Federal workers still don't know when they will get paid. We'll have the latest from Washington. Thousands of Mayo Clinic patients just lost their Medicare Advantage coverage. What you need to know if you're affected. And later in the newscast, a new immersive Halloween exhibit is now open at the Rivoli Arts District. We'll show you what's inside. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Thursday, October 23rd at 6:30 a.m. Hope your morning is off to a good start. We'll send it over now to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our forecast. Save me, Art. My voice is going out.
You got it, my friend. Holding on. You were smart. You covered your plants. You did all right. Yep. So everybody, I hope you did the same because we have frost out there right now. Widespread 30s, and I'm talking low to middle 30s widespread. We're also going to find ourselves with a freeze warning later on tonight, getting into tomorrow morning as well with widespread 20s in the forecast, possibly up to about 30 to 31 degrees. We'll hold on to current temperatures right now. As you can see, 31 in La Crosse, 34 in Eau Claire. We'll be picking up temperatures a little bit cooler on the side of Sparta, 29 degrees there, 30 for Black River Falls, and 32 for Prairie du Chien. Holding on to temperatures going through today, 30s rolling into the upper 40s once we get into the 1 o'clock hour for La Crosse. Plenty of sunshine for everybody as well. Well, Eau Claire will hold on to 32 at the freezing mark, getting to 46 by the time we get in the 1 o'clock hour, just finishing out for lunch. Partly cloudy skies will be there for most folks. High temperatures, 40s, all the way up to about, say, 53 degrees in your forecast. 52 today for La Crosse and 49 for Eau Claire, 52 for Prairie du Chien. More about your forecast coming up for you later on. Just a moment.
Thank you, Art. Now to the shutdown showdown. The federal government shutdown hitting day 23. Frustrations are growing. Federal workers say they feel like political pawns as they face another week without pay. The Senate will vote on a measure to pay some federal workers after lawmakers failed for a 12th time to reopen the government. Jared Hill reports.
In a food line for furloughed federal workers, Theodore Pugh has a distressing prediction.
This is probably going to last well into Thanksgiving.
He and hundreds of thousands of others are about to miss their first full paychecks because of the government shutdown.
You know, we're not just some political pawns. These are people's livelihoods that are, that are affected.
Today, the U.S. Senate is expected to consider a bill that would allow some federal employees, like active duty military, to get paid while the shutdown drags on. Senate Democrats are pushing for a measure that would allow all federal workers to get paid.
The motion is not agreed to.
It follows a 12th failed Senate vote Wednesday on the House GOP's funding bill to reopen the government through mid-November.
The Democrats keep voting to keep it shut down. They need to end this game.
Republicans need to come to the table and negotiate a bipartisan spending agreement that meets the needs of the American people.
Outside of Washington, frustrations are growing. The Small Business Administration has frozen any new loans.
If that's shut down and they're not doing loans, then that could really hamper the economy pretty bad.
Lines at food banks around the country also growing.
We're just trying to keep our heads above water right now. It's hard. It's really hard.
As states warn that vital federal food assistance like SNAP could be cut off in just days. Jared Hill, CBS News.
At day 23, the shutdown is now the second longest in U.S. history. The first was during President Trump's first term. That one lasted for more than a month. A Holman restaurant is back open today after an unexpected visitor yesterday, a deer crashing right through the front window. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is live in Holman with the story and the wild video for us. Good morning, Seth.
Good morning, Alexandra. If you look over here, this is the window that deer came crashing through here at Lush Wine Bistro, sending glass shards everywhere. Some are actually still on the ground right now, and this shocked employees. But take a look at this video. Security footage avoiding a car before sliding through the glass panel. The deer stumbling to its feet, then jumped over the bar where owner Brittany Pytruck was standing.
I was standing at the register on a FaceTime with a vendor, and there was a loud crash.
I came out of the kitchen not knowing what happened, and we kind of both screamed.
The deer got its bearings, went back over the bar, and let itself out the side door. Now, thankfully, in this situation, no one was hurt. The restaurant cleaned up, covered the window, and was able to reopen later that afternoon. And now the owner says the deer isn't their typical customer or clientele, but maybe it heard they had some really good food and really good drinks. Live in Holman, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now this morning.
I love that sign, too. Closed for deer invasion. All right, Seth, thank you. We're glad everyone's okay. Turning now to a developing story out of Eau Claire. A 35-year-old Altoona man facing child pornography charges. Police say Brandon Kephart was busted after an FBI operation. More than 100 images of child sexual abuse allegedly found on his phone and computer. He's still in the Eau Claire County Jail. He'll appear in court next month. Meanwhile, Mayo Clinic breaking ground yesterday on a major expansion in Sparta. Mayo Clinic health system leaders and local officials were there celebrating. They say that this will expand access to high-quality health care in the region. Renovations include updated sections of the hospital, including operating and patient rooms.
Updating our facility so that it better meets our patients' needs, so that things like the bathrooms are more accessible for our patients, so that we have better mobility for them to better enhance their care and to better enhance their patient experience while they're here.
Officials expect construction to wrap up in 2027. And Mayo Health System St. Anne's building is being demolished. That building was decommissioned in September. All patients moved to the new $215 million hospital. St. Anne's was built in 1927. Plans for what will go in its place are still unclear. If you use Medicare Advantage to see a Mayo Clinic doctor, your coverage is changing. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott explains.
Never seen it as busy. I've been in the Medicare space for 43 years, and this is the most chaotic year.
Open enrollment for Medicare started last week, and seniors are turning to experts to deal with the flood of changes.
Between plans canceling people in different counties, and now plans or providers not taking certain plans.
Major shakeups were announced with courts earlier, and now Mayo has canceled its Medicare Advantage plan contracts with both United Healthcare and Humana.
A lot of the providers are making, I think, less profit from Medicare Advantage plans.
Mayo sent the following statement about the change. Quote, while Mayo does participate in some contracted Medicare Advantage plans, it is out of network for most Medicare Advantage plans. Mayo Clinic is committed to meeting the needs of patients who need our care. Humana providing their own statement saying, quote, when providers require significantly higher reimbursement rates compared to original Medicare, it further strains our healthcare system. Now Mayo patients have to choose a new plan, which means either paying more for the same providers or working with a new hospital.
I've been at Mayo now for 11 years, and I love it. The culture is really good, but it's hard.
Charlene is opting for a supplement plan to stick with her Mayo doctors, but that means paying an extra $200 a month.
I'm in a position that I can, but there are people that I know that, may not be able to have these choices.
If you are losing your Medicare Advantage plan, experts say it can help to work with an advisor.
Find one that is willing to take the time to work with them and go through all of the.
Many local consultations on Medicare are free, but you'll want to schedule an appointment soon.
Calendars are booking up because it's such a influx of a number of people that need help. Do it sooner than later.
That was Allison Fergott reporting. The Medicare open enrollment period runs till December 7th. More than 1,000 people are petitioning to save a disc golf course in Viroqua. Veterans Hills Disc Golf Course is facing closure as the VFW considers selling it. VFW leaders say declining membership and rising repair costs are forcing that decision. Vernon Trails launching a petition asking the city to buy the land and preserve the free public course.
We understand that the VFW has a need, and we just want to help them meet that need and save this legacy for them, for our community, and for all the visitors that come here.
The Viroqua City Council meets next week to discuss purchasing the 40-acre property. UW La Crosse is hosting an annual free art open house today from 5 to 7 in the Lowe Center. There'll be tours, technical demos, activities, and you can even buy some student artwork. You can find more information at UWL Visual and Performing Arts website. Turning now to our medical news, a hard-to-detect type of breast cancer is on the rise. Invasive lobular carcinoma has increased by about 3% each year over the past decade. It doesn't form a defined mass, making it hard to detect in mammograms, and it's strongly linked to hormone changes. Older women who walk at least 4,000 steps once a week lower your risk of death by 26%. A new study found if you do that 3 times a week, the risk drops 40%. The health benefits were linked to how many steps were taken, not how many days they walked. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on your morning commute. If you're headed out for a walk this morning, going to need to bundle up, right, Art?
Definitely. In fact, that's what I'm going to show you right now, holding on to how this all plays out. We have a frost advisory that's in play right now until 9 a.m. All that blue you see. Then for tomorrow, it's going to turn purple and it'll go into a freeze warning. That means widespread 20s for you. Right now, we're in the widespread 30s. We'll be picking this up as we get into it. You can see 31 for La Crosse, 34 for Eau Claire, Ladysmith 34, Prairie du Chien at 32 degrees right now, Sparta 29 degrees currently. Well, we take a look at this. Feels like right now a little bit cooler on some skies. It feels like 26 degrees over there in La Crosse right now. Feels like 27 in Eau Claire. Feels like 32 or so, right on par for Prairie du Chien. And of course, Sparta's at par right now as well. 24-hour temperature change across the region. Look at this, man. From -4 all the way to about -17 in the forecast. Right now, -15 below. So we're looking at 15 degrees difference of temperature from La Crosse. Eau Claire about 8 degrees. You can see the breezy winds over in Eau Claire. You can see the winds there. The winds here kind of rustling right now. It's going to feel much colder on your skin. You just saw what it feels like. City Cam, you're also seeing similar conditions for La Crosse. Not much in the way of a lot of wind as much as Eau Claire, but you're still going to see it's going to feel cooler. A little bit of fog coming in about the 8 o'clock hour. And as we get into it for the day, you've got sunshine on the way for La Crosse, getting into the 50s, where Eau Claire will hold on to at least some 40s in the forecast.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Finley's turning 8. Yeah, Finley loves traveling with his family, building Legos, and doing science experiments.
Happy birthday, Finley. And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, 98, 108, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab on the website.
Still ahead, 13 rooms, 13 artists, one spooky experience, the Uncanny exhibit at the RAD. Details just ahead.
Hi, my name's Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 79. Chlorine in city water can cause dry skin and bad taste or odor. If you notice these issues, call us today at 608-781-8088.
Spectrum TV, isn't that only live TV?
No, it's only all my favorite streaming apps with live TV.
Okay.
It's only all included at no extra cost, and that's the magic of math. Will this be on the test? Sure, why not?
It's only one simple payment for all our TV. We gotta simplify and win. Winning is equally important.
If not, more so.
Yeah!
Only Spectrum TV, fixed TV.
Fall is here, and it's the perfect time to make your home ready for the season. At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, you can take advantage of big savings during our fall home sale going on now. Save on styles you love at prices you don't want to miss. The best deals, the comfort you deserve, and the savings you've been waiting for. Make this fall unforgettable. Shop the fall home sale only at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Family owned for 100 years.
Are you shocked by letters like these?
Let's say your Medicare plan is no longer accepted at your provider, or your Medicare plan is being canceled.
You started thinking, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? It was too confusing.
I think the fear is that you think you're older and who's going to take you? You know, what's out there, what's available. We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of. Felt like a relief. Yeah, we didn't have to worry about it. And it's cheaper even.
Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
I lost my son to an accidental drug overdose. This is why we created the George Ford Recovery Foundation, to champion drug use awareness, funding, and solutions so we don't lose any more kids. You know, there's an effective, simple solution. Narcan kits help save lives in seconds. They're required in schools in many states, but sadly, not in Wisconsin. To save a child's life, please sign a petition at NarcanForSchools.com.
Save big at Hy-Vee, Friday through Sunday. Fresh Hy-Vee chicken breast, just $2.99 a pound. Hy-Vee butter, just $3.48. Campbell's soup, just 89 cents. Chobani Greek yogurt, just $2.99. A 5-pound bag of Hy-Vee russet potatoes, just $1.48. Plus, get great deals on Lunchables or P3. Jack's Pizza, Pepsi, and more. Save in-store and online, Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, my name is Levi, and this is Maxwell White Water Conditioning Tip 48. Hard water causes scale buildup, dry skin, and stained laundry. If you see these signs, call us at 608-781-8088.
Well, good morning to you. As we get into your local forecast today, we have a frost advisory that is in play today. All that blue that you see on the screen there, temperatures widespread in the 30s, as I've just shown you before. Then tomorrow, a freeze warning kicks in. Then it'll all be purple later on as we get into at 2 a.m. all the way to 9 a.m. in the morning for tomorrow. Widespread 20s in your forecast. Picking up again, as I mentioned already, the advisory we'll see tomorrow today. Sunnier skies and cooler conditions in the forecast with light winds eventually. Some winds are already picking up there for Eau Claire right now, but we'll see eventually lighter winds for La Crosse as you go for the kids going to school this early morning, 34 degrees or so, 52 degrees by the afternoon, of course, with partly cloudy skies in your forecast. Eau Claire, on the other hand, about 31 degrees, breezy this early morning, so it'll feel much cooler on your skin. In fact, it'll feel like it's in the 20s on your skin there, holding on to 49 degrees for the high, and you're looking at partly cloudy skies, giving way to a few clouds passing on by. 50s and 60s, what we're normally at this time of year, and 30s and 40s, but that has now changed. We're below seasonal average for the next few days, giving way to 30s. You can see for the forecast with a few clouds sneaking in gradually as we get to the morning hours. You're seeing that mostly up along I-94, and that continues to fill in. By the noon hour, everybody's in the 40s widespread. Then we'll pick up conditions to be like this by the 2 o'clock hour. 40s, middle 40s still in it with a few clouds sneaking in. We're in mostly sunny skies, giving way to at least partly cloudy skies to finish out the day. Temperatures still in the 40s widespread, then getting back into the 30s by the time you get in the 8 o'clock hour, ending your evening commute. We'll also find ourselves holding on to this as we get into it. A freeze warning comes into effect for tomorrow morning. As I mentioned, you're going to see temperatures widespread in the 20s. And of course, I'm still trying to scratch my head as to why Eau Claire is not in that. But we'll hold on to tomorrow's lows. You can see Eau Claire will be 26 degrees tomorrow, 30 for La Crosse, 30 for Prairie du Chien, and Sparta at 25 and 23 for Black River Falls. We'll carry over to how this all shapes up going in for La Crosse for tomorrow. We're holding on to 30s, getting into the 40s with plenty of sunshine for everybody. More sunshine as well to give you a chance to get out there and check out those fall colors as well. We'll have that ability as far as the weekend is concerned as well. Highs for Friday, 50s widespread, as you can see, and then eventually as we get into Saturday, the lows in the morning, 30s again widespread, holding on to again the highs to pick up at least going into those 50s widespread, and then eventually as we get into your forecast, we're going to show you how this all plays out going into the highs for Saturday. You can see if you're mowing your lawn, well, you can get out and mow your lawn. It's going to be fine for the next few days, my friends, holding on to the possibility of more 50s and seasonal average temperatures, picking up some more 50s to finish out next week with more rainfall on the way from Monday into Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Art. Well, new this morning, Halloween is just around the corner. A new immersive exhibit at the Rivoli Arts District is getting people in the spooky spirit. If you can't tell by this cobweb, we're joined this morning by Teddy Eck, Executive Director of the RAD, to tell us more about the Uncanny exhibit. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So yeah, just start by telling us, what should we know about this Uncanny exhibit? It sounds intriguing.
Yeah, thank you. And so the Uncanny exhibit is an immersive Halloween experience. And so like most haunted houses are about the jump scares that come out at you.
Right.
This is less about jump jump scares and more about the immersive elements in each of the different rooms. And so we're asking guests to be able to investigate and to touch and to smell and to taste the different things that the artist put into each of the experiences.
Okay, so when you're not scared to death, like looking around, fighting for your life, you can kind of experience it. It'll get a little more immersed.
Yeah,
Cool.
and yeah, each artist created their own little stories, and so we're asking guests to really like sit and investigate each room and learn the details and the stories that the artist put into each of those experiences.
Very
Some of these 13 different rooms. Can you describe maybe 2 of them right now?
Sure. And so like there's one, like the Rivoli Theater did a tribute to David Lynch, and so there's some fun things there, and there's like some fun like projection and kind of interactive elements. There's a great one that by people from the Artsiders that did more of a gallery, kind of a haunted gallery elements and stuff as well. So,
Okay, and we do have some
things.
video that we can pop up in just a second. So you talked about some of those rooms. Any other that you want to mention, or any that kind of stand out, or your favorites? We've got some video up here now.
Yeah, I mean, they're all different, and each room has their own kind of immersive elements in there and their own story. And so I just encourage guests to kind of take their time and really explore each room, because this room, you know, this exhibit was designed by 13 different rooms, 25 different artists, and with that, that's artists, rad artists, and community artists really coming together to create this experience. And that's what the Rad's about. It's about bringing artists together to work and play and create.
Well, that's so exciting. How can we get tickets?
You can go to the rad.art, and there's stuff on our website, and that's a ticket link. It gives you more information about the times and the dates and all of that stuff.
Okay, great. So you've already mentioned, you know, no jump scares. What? Who should come to this? Do you have to be like a super art fan, or what about the kids? What's the guidance there?
Just really a fan of Halloween, and so we ask that people 13 and over come.
Okay.
I have kids that are 9 and 10, and they came and they were just fine, but there are some more adult things and more kind of more spooky things for younger individuals. So 13 and up is our recommended age.
Okay, great. And you told us how to get tickets. Is there anything else that you want to share with the public?
Yeah, this is a good exhibit to kind of come to as a group and to experience downtown. So if you come to the Rivoli Theater and go to the Rocky Horror or to downtown for drinks and stuff at the weekend, it's a great thing to come before and after and kind of create your Halloween spooky experience.
Cool, okay. And you can go at your own pace, right? Kind of walking through the rooms however you may choose.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're asking people to spend probably about an hour throughout all 13 different rooms for that. But really, like once you enter, you can spend as long as you want and kind of really go back and go to different rooms and stuff too. So.
Okay, so you can check out some tapes.
Sorry, you said something about tasting something in the room?
Yes, yeah. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but like each room has its different immersive things, and there are some things that you can taste as well. If you choose. You don't have to, but you can.
Already having fun with this.
It's very intriguing. And then the date. So it is tonight. We should know that, right? Only kind of open certain days of the week.
Yeah, and so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, this weekend and next weekend. And then we lead up to Halloween, which is on a Friday, which is awesome. And then we go into Saturday, November 1st.
Okay, great to know. All right, and we've got that information up there one more time. We said you could get tickets there online. All right, so it looks very cool as we've showed you. So thanks so much for being here, Teddy.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
It's time to celebrate during Oktoberfest at Home Furniture. Fall into savings of up to 10% off sale prices throughout the showroom. This dining set is now $759. Plus, right now, get 3-year special financing. Hurry in. The Oktoberfest sale at Home Furniture ends Saturday.
Macy's biggest fall sale is the best time to save on fall styles, like boots and shoes for any vibe, effortless cotton and merino sweaters, plus diamonds at our lowest prices of the season. Only at Macy's biggest fall sale, ends Sunday.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Right now, during our fall pet care sale, save $10 on assorted bags of Purina Pro Plan dog food. Performance-driven nutrition your dog will love. Plus, bring your pets in costume for a free trick-or-treat and photo booth event. This Sunday only from 10 to 2. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Control is everything.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Everybody's friendly, and if you've got problems or need some help, they'll pitch in.
All the things I used to do before I came here,
I still do. It gives you freedom and a little happiness.
You don't have to shovel, you don't have to mow.
I would recommend this place highly. We looked at several, and this was the top of my line. The meals, everything is just, it's great.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema.
Don't sleep on the incredible deals during Snooze Fest at Home Sleep Express. Get any size total comfort for the price of its twin from just $99, or upgrade to a king for the price of a queen mattress. Plus, great savings on adjustable beds and linens during Snooze Fest at Home Sleep Express. If you snooze, you lose.
Yeah, boy. They run you all over,
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Print. Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
What is a hero? Not the kind from comic books and movies, saving the day. We're talking about everyday heroes, those with a special kind of courage or ability, those saving the day, one person at a time. News 8 Now wants to find those heroes and thank them for bettering our community. Go to news8000.com, click on Features, then Hometown Heroes to nominate someone you feel is truly a hometown hero. The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. Let me get my teleprompter caught up here. A Michigan woman who won $100,000 from the Powerball says she got her winning numbers from ChatGPT. 45-year-old Tammy Carvey asked ChatGPT for a set of Powerball numbers, then played them in the September 6th drawing. When she checked her ticket, she saw 4 of her numbers and the Powerball matched. Carvey says she was in total disbelief. She now plans to pay off her mortgage with the winnings. It's 6:54, time for your morning news now. A deer crashed through the window of a Holman restaurant yesterday. The whole thing was caught on camera. Take a look at this. Security footage showing the deer there goes running across the street, narrowly avoiding a car, then sliding through the glass panel at Lush Wine Bistro. The deer jumped over the bar where the owner was standing.
I was standing at the register on a FaceTime with a vendor, and there was a loud crash.
I came out of the kitchen not knowing what happened, and we kind of both screamed.
What an unforgettable experience. The deer got its bearings, went back over the bar, then let itself out the door. You see the bar having some fun there with that sign. Nobody was hurt. The restaurant cleaned up and will be back open today. Thousands of Mayo Clinic patients just lost their Medicare Advantage coverage. Mayo Clinic canceling its contracts with United Healthcare and Humana, forcing patients to choose new plans or pay more to keep their current Mayo doctors. Local experts say it comes down to reimbursement rates. Providers are making less from Medicare Advantage plans. They're calling this the most disruptive enrollment period in decades.
I've never seen it this busy. I've been in the Medicare space for 43 years, and this is the most chaotic year.
The Medicare open enrollment period runs till Sunday, December 7th. Medicare advisors are urging patients to schedule those appointments as soon as possible.
All right, a few more hours with frosty conditions as we get into it today. This expires at 9 a.m. Widespread 30s in your forecast right now. You can see the current temperatures there. 29 in Sparta, 32 in La Crosse, 34 in Eau Claire. Then tomorrow night, getting into your morning, if you're looking at 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. again, we'll see a freeze warning in play where the temperatures will be widespread in the 20s. Eventually, we'll get back into your forecast showing you how this all shapes up with below seasonal average temperatures, getting back to seasonal.
All right, bye-bye.